Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Commodities Weekly Brief. This is where we do analysis on natural gas, US dollar, oil, gold, and silver, looking at the support resistance levels as well as the most likely scenario price to be heading into later next week. And if you guys are looking for the stock market forecast as well as the Mega 7s, check out the previous video. And let's take a look at starting with natural gas. All right, so we got big gap up last week and pretty much went completely sideways after that. So for me, it's still trading this rising wedge. Let's go back here. So we're on the daily time frame, and you can see the resistance here, a couple of rejections here, and another rejection here, another rejection here. So as long as this rising wedge resistance stays there, we're likely going to probably drop within here as well. And we are also at this major resistance zone, right? This level of 4.2 to $4 here is this prior major resistance zone that we have to get over. Right, very cluster of volume traded here for solid March to November. Yeah, many months and over close to 9 months around this area. So there's a lot of sellers, bag holders, resistance, people that want to take profit on this area. So even if we get over like 4.2, right, we're still need to battle close to 4.4. If we can get over 4.4, then that's we're looking closer to this 4.7, in my opinion. But for now, it's going to trade within this rising wedge. So support is over here. You can see bounce, bounce, bounce. Count those a bounce too as well. So as long as it trades within here and when it bounces here, we know where it's going to be trading. But it's getting close to the end of the pattern. Next week we know we could just gap down overnight Monday, and this would be a bear break of the rising wedge. We got a bear break here, and I'm looking up closer to this one. So this is a channel, right? Bounce, 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 bounce. Break down from here, probably looking down closer to 3.3, 3.4s. Doesn't have to come down here, right? But if it does, that would be like the last level of support in this looking channel, looking upwards. But if we break down from here, first level I'm looking at is close to around 3.6. If this is a bear break from this rising wedge and come down and we hold around this 3.5, 3.6 zone and go sideways, then it's no big deal for me overall. Then we'll just look for like more of like a weekly consolidation, right? Come down here if we break this week's low, then we're just looking for another weekly higher low, which is set. Last one was set down here, right? Weekly higher low, higher high, and it's just one whole move. And if we come back down again, just another weekly consolidation, it'll still be healthy. If we don't pull back too much, it'll be healthy. But for now, we'll have to see the size of the pullback that give us more clues, right? If we come back only to 3.7, then it's a bull flag on the weekly, so no big deal. If we do pull back slightly a little bit more to 3.5, then we might start to look for weekly lower highs where it can potentially make weekly downtrends if we start pulling back a little bit too much. So we'll see what it gives us when this week comes. But for now, those are the lows I'm looking at. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. If your chart looks a little bit different than mine, make sure to click this B80J on the bottom right corner, right? It adjusts for contracts, gaps, and your chart will look like mine. All right, let's move on to oil. If you guys want to learn more about techno analysis, check out the Patreon link, as well as if I just want to talk about it, make sure to book that 15-minute free call, and we can talk more about sticking point and what do you want to learn. And let's get going with oil. So oil here, now it's a bull break. So after this tightening range we have for a very long time that we've been looking at for many months, and this tightening range, it finally broke out. So broke above the pivot, and now we are pretty much just testing this and this pivot. So no more flags for me here at this moment, right? Solid move up, higher low set, higher high, daily uptrend confirm, higher low set again right here, daily uptrend confirm again. Now it's just kind of chilling a little bit, consolidating. So after such a big move on the daily, we want to zoom out to the weekly and see what we're looking for. So over here, similar idea. I want to see a weekly higher low. So let's see how the amount of pullback on this weekly chart is going to be. If we come back down to closer to 74 and we bounce, make a bull flag, no big deal at this moment. Even if we come back, let's say over here to these levels where we broke out from around the 74, 75 zone, and then, back test where we break out from as well, that would be a good sign, and then bounce from there for oil. Yeah, no red flags as long as we're bouncing off the EMA 12, this teal looking line, and no big deal. All right, so look at dollar. So dollar, no signs of red flags at this moment. I don't know why my line moved. Sometimes trading view, but this is trading in a rising wedge as well, kind of like oil, not oil, natural gas. Resistance, 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 support, 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 support. Bounce off it again on Friday, and we're getting pretty close to the end of the pattern. As you guys can see, it's getting really tight. So, and we're getting new president coming in on Monday as well. So policies and all that kind of stuff will definitely affect macro. Will definitely affect the dollar. The more rate cut we have, the weaker the dollar is going to be. The less rate cut we have, the stronger the dollar is going to be. So right now we are pricing only one cut for this year. So we are kind of pricing a little, in my opinion, maybe a little too little. But if the economy stays strong, right, it's going to continue to price out that rate cut, and the dollar will continue to be stronger. But as we know, with policies and everything, change drastically. And for technical wise, we are still looking at this rising wedge. And let's see when it breaks, right? Maybe we come up here and then it makes a lower high, and then we break, and then we make a lower low. That would be the first sign of shit for me, because we haven't really come from daily downtrends all the way here. Got a little one here, but that just hits support and bounce, so that's not really a daily downtrend confirmed for me. If we get one right here, right, we bounce a little bit here, and then we get a bear break out of that rising wedge, as well as a break below this pivot, and it comes down here, then that's a daily downside confirmed for me, and will likely potentially mark the temporary top if that does happen. But for now, absolute bull control with all daily uptrends, right? No signs of red flag yet, but we are kind of making this could be a head and shoulders as well if we do confirm that daily downtrend over here as well. So we'll keep an eye watch on that overall. All right, let's take like silver and gold. So gold here broke. Technically, we talked about this last week, saying we broke out of this tiny range, but we still need to break above the pivot to be really count as a bull break at this moment. So right now, we'll just in control, right? But we'll call this like a triple top, pretty much. Right, this top, this top, this top, this top. It's all similar. So let's see if bulls can break above that. If we break above that, then we're looking at this all-time high structure right underneath. We're pretty much just right underneath it, right? This level is rejecting from the all-time high structure over here. So if we break above 2774 is around the area that I'm looking at. If we break above that, we're likely looking for all-time highs. Yeah, you can see Barry kind of just playing defense here multiple times, but right now not getting really far at this moment, right? You can call this a big pullback as well, but this is just another daily higher low. No big deal, right? If we zoom out to the daily time frame, it may look like a big pullback on the shorter term time frame, but this is just another daily higher low pullback and a higher high. It's a continuation of the daily uptrend. So a lot more healthy than these bounces. You can see, right? These are just straight up, no real support build along the way, no trend changes. Same thing over here. And this you can see is a lot of structure built along the way up. So there's a lot more support. It's going to be a little bit harder for bears to just break everything down like it did over here, right? Over here as well. Because nothing built along the way. And right now, no red flags for gold. And even we pull back from here, so we pull back this, right? The EMA just catches up, bounces off the EMA again. Then absolutely no red flags for me. As long as it continues to make the higher low, gold is absolutely fine. No red flags even on the shorter term time frame. It could just be a flag, tiny range, 4-hour bull break for me as well. So, all right, let's take a look at silver. See if it's catching up or not. Any kind of relative strength. Still not seeing it. Right, you can see talked about the relative strength, relative weakness very often. Right on this huge bounce on gold, right from the bottom all the way up here. We got a huge bounce in silver as well, but every time we pull back, we're giving back almost all of it, half of it, pretty much, right? And you can see gold pulling up a lot less. And look at how small this pullback is for gold, 1%, and we give back pretty much half of that move on silver. So it's very volatile at this moment. Still, I wouldn't say there's any really relative strength at the moment. What we want to see is on the bounces. Yeah, it is making bigger moves, right? Obviously, silver makes bigger percentages. But we don't want to see pullbacks where it just gives back half of it while gold just pulls back like 20 to 30%. So if we want to see relative strength coming into silver, we want to see big moves like this, and then when it pulls back, it's going to do the same thing, right? Pull back like maybe 20 to 30% and hold these levels, and then wait for gold to bounce again, and then we get those bigger moves up as well. So that we call that relative strength. But at this moment, no signs of that. So keep my eye watch on that. We might get some rotation to silver if gold continues to be stronger, but at this moment, we're not seeing that at the moment. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen somewhere around here. At this moment, not yet. Yeah, the structure overall for silver is a lot weaker because you can see gold is already testing this structure over here, and it's wanting to bull break it, right? And silver is still testing its tiny range resistance overall. So it's definitely relatively weaker at this moment. All right, that is all I got for you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below, and feel free to support the channel. And go to the Patreon link if you guys want to support the channel. And if you would like to subscribe, you guys made this far or learn anything. And I will see you guys next week for stock market update as well as commodities. Have a great rest of you guys this weekend. Tomorrow there's no trading, and yeah, it's gonna be a short trading week. So enjoy.